This is The Tea Mind with me, Erica Moore. It's a space to slow down, step out of the noise and see things a little more clearly. Some episodes are conversations about the moment that clicked and what changed afterwards. Others are shorter clarity sessions, just a few minutes to come back to yourself and think clearly in the middle of a full day. Because when the usual pace stops working and everything starts to feel a little unclear, the answer isn't more input, it's creating a moment to see what is already there. And at the end, I'll share a simple tea ritual that you can try yourself. Welcome back. If you're listening to this, there's a good chance that your mind might feel a little bit full, like there's too many tabs open and you're being pulled in too many different directions. Perhaps there's nothing majorly wrong, but perhaps you don't feel quite settled either. So before we do anything else, I invite you just to arrive in this space today. Today I'm going to be drinking Dragonwell green tea, which is a lovely, delicate, spring-like green tea from China. It's very sort of needle-like leaves, and it's really good for this springtime wood element energy, just to invite some action and movement into your day. But choose any tea that you are drawn to today. So if you've got your hot water ready to pour, just go ahead and start to brew your tea with me together. And just watch how the leaves start to open as they begin to infuse in the hot water. And just coming into this space, being really present, allowing the warmth of your tea to be enough. And just notice how your shoulders can relax a little bit. As you breathe in, become aware of your breathing, slowing down a little bit, just easing into the next breath. And now bringing your attention to your cup. Notice the steam rising gently and the way it disappears just as quickly as it forms, a bit like your own thoughts. And as you hold the cup, just feel that warmth in your hands. And whenever you're ready, just take your first sip. And notice the taste as it lands, just in your own time, in your own way. Notice any flavours that come up for you. Is it a thick tea or a thin tea? Just let it sit for a moment before you swallow. And now notice your body. Where are you perhaps holding some tension in your body without even realising it? Perhaps it's your jaw, maybe your shoulders, or maybe it's your chest. Just notice without trying to change anything. And as you take a deep breath in, just become aware that there's a kind of pressure that starts to build when everything feels important. Every idea, every opportunity, every message. If you try and hold all of that in your mind at the same time, it can get a little bit much. So for a moment, let this just be okay in this moment. Realising that you don't have to solve anything, you don't need to organise your whole life in this pause for tea. Just simply take another sip. And just enjoy this small moment where nothing is demanded from you. Just your tea, your breathing in this moment. And now as you just gently scan your body from your head all the way down to your feet, notice your shoulders soften as they drop a little bit. Your jaw just releases a little bit more tension. Your breathing maybe slows down a little bit. And just notice what relaxes next as you continue to sip your tea nice and slowly. And when everything is pulling you in every direction, your body can often tighten just to try and keep up. But that tension isn't going to help you magically manage more. It just makes all the noise feel even louder. So take another sip of your tea and just notice the warmth travelling down into your chest, into your stomach. That's right. And now from this slightly calmer place, we are not trying to solve anything, we're just trying to see things a little more clearly. So just bring to mind now whatever's been pulling at you. All the to-dos, all the shoulds, just let them sit in front of you now. It might help to imagine them sitting on a table in front of you. And then just gently ask yourself, what actually matters today? Not this week or this quarter, not everything all at once, just what's the one thing that really matters today? And as you take another sip of your tea, ask yourself, if you could only move one thing forward today, what would create the most clarity or relief? If you could only move one thing forward today, what would create the most clarity or relief? Without trying to force an answer, just notice what stands out to you. And it might not be the most obvious, it's often the simplest thing. Whatever that is, just let it come into focus for you now as you continue to sip your tea. And just stay with that. Just that one thing. And then become aware of what's the smallest step you can take towards that today. Just one small next visible step. And then as you take another sip of your tea, just noticing any aftertaste. Notice whether it fades or lingers. And then gently set your cup down. And as you hear that small sound of the cup meeting your surface, let that be your anchor to stop carrying everything all at once, but rather to have that clarity on one thing that's going to help you today. So just see what it feels like to take that pressure off and to have that clarity of direction instead. Just to move the next piece and the next step whenever you are ready. If something in this episode stayed with you, don't try to change everything all at once. Just start with a moment. Make some tea, let it steep, take a breath and notice what's actually there. And from there, choose whatever matters next for you. This is the Tea Mind, from presence to clarity, so you can live with intention.